Good day, gentlemen and ladies. Today we're Wednesday, the 5th of February 2025. It's very nice and cool outside. It's roughly 1600. This is a continuation, a pursuit of my vintage camping stove series used in the RCAF in various type of aircraft, which these stoves were installed for Arctic kit survival, and also I always not only the Arctic kit survival but normal crash kit survival, basically like if you are in summer, winter, all the four season, the beautiful four season that we have here in Canada and across the globe also. All right. So again, thank you very kindly for all your standing support comment about this new series that I saw. This is my third video. By the way, I did create a playlist called Vintage Camping Stove Used in the RCAF. So just look at it, you can see my two previous videos, which I'm very happy. Roughly at the end of the 70s or early 80s, those old Primus brass stove were starting. They are standing. However, they had new, let's say, better performance, better BTU output than those Primus stove, which still are very good. The reason why they were starting to change also, it's lacking of parts. So these stove, the Primus company, some stove is still making up to the 2000. However, with the time passing, they had a demand of buying new stoves also, because they were no longer on sale. So there's various reasons why they change. And the first stove they start to introduce, it's the one I have here. And now I'm just talking about the stove used in the RCAF on aircraft. Okay, later on I'm gonna talk about the double and three burner camping stove that they use in the army and other elements. All right, now this is the first stove. However, it's missing some part. You see the container here. All right, you see that it used to have another container there, and it was kept together. I don't know where the top one went. I will have to ask Marie-Ange about it. If the she's not guilty, but I don't know where I said. So I remember I had it, and they were like basically the main thing is about the container. I'm just gonna remove the stove. It was basically, you can see there's a hole there, another hole there, and same thing with the other container, which will be like together like this, the same shape but just slightly a little bit longer, and that was for like boiling stuff, cooking stuff. Okay, and it was also for protecting the stove against various impact during a crash. Okay, now the stove I'm talking about, it was made by MSR Mountain MSR, come on Dave, MSR, it's Mountain Safety Research. Okay, it's a company made in the state, and those are great, outstanding camping stove makers. They also made water purification pumps. What else? They do various stuff. You can go see in their website. You're able to see that. So Mountain, Mountain Research. What was the name? Mountain Safety Research. All right, Mountain Safety Research. And these bottles came in various size. And that stove, they used to have two bottles. Okay, so that's the one. It was filled with naphtha, and we had also, I'm going to show you that they were able to change also with kerosene, the jet, the spray jet with kerosene. Okay, so that's the bottle there, and they were making bags to keep the stove in one easy part. Okay, one easy. So I'm gonna remove that. Was the base of the stove. It's a thicker aluminum foil, and there were another aluminum foil to put all around. And this stove, I'm pretty sure you know, it was sold in the civilian too, so it's easy to research. So I'm just gonna remove the other bottle, which had it had the same thing here. The pump here was oh boy, and I was supposed to do a check, and I did not do a check. I'm a bad boy for that. And that's the pump was separate, and they had another one. So as they were installing it, they had and it was made of plastic. Okay, so of course we had to do a little bit of maintenance, and Dave, I have to remove. Here was the piston. Basically with the spring, we had to put silicone and grease to make sure it was working. And the pump, like oh boy, used to have like I'm just gonna remove the pump here, and that's it was the same principle than the other one. It is still grease. I put silicone back then, but that's how they pressurized and that was attached into the pump. So I'm just gonna, yeah, you can see the so I'm gonna just attach that. Of course, this was the upper portion to get the air, and that was for the liquid, and the pump need to be like that. Okay, and they had the valve here. That's the valve, and like and I hope my friend Noel is happy. I put a nice white blanket, and that was the valve to control the stove, and they had like a on-off valve. So I'm just gonna put it on the off position. All right, there we go. So I'm just gonna reconnect that, and right now it's empty, of course. I'm just gonna connect it like this loosely, and that bottle will be attached like this. All right. Now I'm gonna remove the stove itself. Oh, yes. They had like another spare pump. They have also matches. They have also I think they had a part bag. Yeah, they had various part bags with it, like the pump. I just show it to you, okay? Now I'm gonna remove the stove. Whoop. And that was the cap going on the top of it. So I'm just gonna put it like this, and it come all right like this. All right. So I'm just gonna put the bag on the side. Now this, it was not a drinkable cup, okay? Trust me, it get dirty easy. It was just in order to protect the stove inside, all right, to make sure that the pegs are not going around. It was just as used as a protective, okay? Yes, you can use it as a border, but it's too thin. It's made of aluminum. So the stove itself, I'm just gonna try. I hope you're able to see. It's the same if anything don't take off, like a generator, and that part it was not a generator. That was for draining the fuel into the stove. And inside, you see that loop here. I hope you're able to see that loop was the generator converting liquid into gas. Okay. And the neat part about that, even if we provide the match, it was about like the way to lighting is we open it, we pressurize the tank, let it fill, and then we light up, and it should, yes, you can see the spark in there, and that was light up the liquid. Now the name of the stove, it's MSR XGK. It's basically it was a multi-fuel stove. And inside, if I can remove that that little thing here, there's a injector basically. I'm just gonna remove. There we go. If I'm able to take it off. It's tough to see, but it's just a small injector. Holy smoke! And it's inside the part bags. I need a screwdriver. Just hold on. Screwdriver. Yoo-hoo. I have a pliers in there. Oh, I always have pliers nearby. So I'm just gonna take the pliers here. There we go. And inside, and it's tough to see, it's there's a screwdriver in there to change the injector. All right, and so that was the neat thing. And this one, I will need a better lighting to see. There's no K on it. I need a flashlight, so stick around. I hope you're able to see it. I'm gonna put the camera very close. But you see the shiny part here where you can put a flat screwdriver. That's what you need to see. And that one, it's I can see gas into it. I don't see a K, so that was for NAFTA, okay? And of course, you all recognize an aircraft hand signal. I've got a few of them as a souvenir. All right. So it was the model XGK. So basically how it works, it was just connecting, and we had to inspect that, grease that with the silicone grease. Connect it like that, switch the valve on the other side, and just put that in the middle. Then we pump it. I just make sure it's closed. All right. I pressurize the bottle, and then I don't see any. Oh, let's close the valve. Yeah, of course I need to close the bottle. I'm just gonna close that, pressurize. I can hear it. I heard a whistle. All right, so, and these stove, sorry, I forget to mention, they were installed on small passenger aircraft. And these passenger aircraft, you're gonna see a picture of it right now. It's the Challenger, that was the one made by Bombardier Canada back then. Also some, what was the small, I forget the name, but anyway, that one was installed on Challenger, definitely. It was a 4-man tent kit with 4 shirts, 4 sleeping bag, 4 air mattress. The tent was 4, like I told you. It was also like all the ice, chisel to make an igloo and all that stuff. So that was the part, and that was a big improvement, and it was easy. As you see, it was very easy to set it up, and the output is truly outstanding, as you're going to witness. I hope you're gonna work, you. I should have done that yesterday, but I was busy. So what I'm going to do is fill up with naphtha, that small bottle, which is really cold naphtha. It's in my POL trailer outside. I'm gonna fill it up and then pressurize it, and well, in front of you. Just bear in mind, the only thing missing here, it was the part kit, was it's inside there. I never opened that one, but I can see there's the valve there. There's the matches. Yeah, I can see a screwdriver and the thing to clean inside the little injector. All right, and they were using this. Put it like that on the top, and that was for boiling and also heating the tent. All right, boiling is very important. Boiling water, boiling the snow, because snow can be contaminated. There's wildlife outside. And like my good friend John from Logger John 01, he will contaminate with yellow snow, you know what I mean? So yeah, boiling is very important. And don't be shy to ask me any question. I like to make that video short. So let's go outside, and we're going to try that stove, all right? In the same place. All right, stick around and thank you kindly, all right? See you later. All right, folks, so I just fill up about half of the tank. All right, so what I'm going to do is just make sure it's closed. I'm gonna pre-pressurizing. It's easier pressurizing like this. It doesn't take too much. And then I'm just gonna connect like you witness the connector right there. Switch that. There you go, and install it like this. All right, so I'm just gonna do a nice setup like that. All right. Whoop! I didn't put the this into place. Perfect. All right. So I'm just gonna open it, and fuel should flow out. Should be flowing out. There you go. So I'm gonna close it. There's a ball inside, and then there we go. So you can see the flame happening right now, and this and that was in order. The reason is the preheating to the generator to go from liquid into gas. So I'm just gonna make sure it's closed. Just wait. Put my glove because it's minus 13 right now. There's basically no wind. It's very beautiful outside. While it's warming up, you can see very, very beautiful. And the sun is starting to get lower and lower. Oh! It's already starting to make noise. You can see that. The reason why it's not yet is because of the consumption of the fuel under. There's also under that stove, it's like a asbestos inhibitor, so that accumulates the unburned fuel. All right, let's open it. There we go. I'm just gonna pump it a little bit more. And trust me, I can feel the heat from here. It's just amazing how much output it's making. So that was a huge improvement. It's almost double of the primers, by the way, and that thing will go red really fast. I'm gonna close the light. Now there's aluminum foil to go under around that, and with the cooking pot, all the heat was pointed towards in the up position. I'm just gonna do a close view like this. You can see it's starting to get red. Now the oh my, it's really very nice and warm right now. The it's a very good gun. It was easy to assemble. There's no loose part like the other primer stove. So that's why the reason, and they have plenty of part. And this stove, can you imagine, that was built in the mid 1970s, and they still sell power for this stove, by the way. Very, very nice. The only downside of that stove is simmering is very tough. Like if I go, you have to be very, very gentle. It was tough going to simmer it. It was easier the primers, but this one is very good. And by the way, a small bottle, it has various size of bottle, but a bottle like that will last roughly 4 hours maximum in full output. If you go like this, probably you can have an extra hour. It was a high fuel concentration, but this one is naphtha. The kerosene, it was tougher to light up in winter time, but the output was about the same as naphtha too. But the kerosene, I think, was more rich than naphtha. So you have to be very careful about the simmering. All right, so I'm gonna shut it down. Very noisy, tough to sleep. During the early inspection on this stove, we used to change also the you know, the lighter, the stones, also the striker to make the spark. We checked silicone all the parts inside, and also we testing it if it was working good. We cleaned also the steel cable inside in there, and we had this stove for good up to 70s, 90s, for a good 20 years steady, before they switched to another stove, which I'm gonna talk about. There we go, shut down, and I just close it. All right. All right, folks, so I hope you like the small videos. Like this was the MSR XGK multi-fuel stove, camping stove. It's a vintage stove now. It was built in the mid 70s. So this stove, I had a lot of fun. Very light to carry, very dependable too. Despite of the plastic, it was very good quality plastic in there. And they had the leather, like I show you. It was a leather piston. The gasket, it was leather. It was Arctic. Some civilian stove, they were like plastic, and it was no good. So that's why it was all leather. All right. So again, thank you very kindly for all your standing support, comment, and I hope you like my series. I have a good response, except the second and third video, but hey, I understand that. All right, take care of yourself. Life is good. Cheers.